Okay, so I chose culinary management because I believe it suits my lifestyle. I love being associated with food. I love cooking, eating, and examining food in all sorts. I also have experience at a well-known and well-liked restaurant in Swiss Chalet. I've been a cook there for 1 year, and it suits my lifestyle because I love to be active during the job. I like lifting, moving, and physical work of all sort, and I enjoy working in a busy, loud environment rather than being in an office. Uh, some evidence from my personal portfolio is some skills that I have. Responsibility and adaptability. In a kitchen, you need to carry out multiple tasks, work independently as a team, learn from mistakes, be innovative, and cope with uncertainty. You also need to be responsible, which requires you to set goals, plan and manage time and money, and be accountable for actions, and be responsible and contribute to the community.
So, can you give an example of when you had to work as a team in at Swiss Chalet?
So one time we had a really big order come in of about 30 people, and they all ordered the chicken dinners. So we had to basically delay everybody's order for about 5 minutes. Everybody got their own job on how they can get all these 30 orders out, and for about 5 minutes, we basically buckled down and got all 30 orders out together as a team, everybody doing one task that helped improve the group and carry out the task.
Great.
Another good I also received Athlete of the Year at my elementary school in grade 8. I played on every single sports team from grade 4 to grade 8. I was a team player and played leadership roles on many of the teams. I also received my bronze medallion.
So what is it that you like about sports?
I like the team atmosphere, and I like working together to accomplish goals. I think being a leader on a team is good for me, and I think in my basketball career I do a good job of that by giving energy to the team all the time and providing insight on how we can be better as a team.
Good.
Yeah, so through my bronze medallion, that means you certified yourself and you're eligible to perform CPR. This shows that I'm actively fit and can push myself to achieve something. Some personal connections towards my portfolio. I believe that I'm a very good leader on my high school basketball team. I'm by far the best player, receiving MVP in grade 11 and 12. Everyone looks up to me because I score the most points and handle the ball the most. I am a leader because I identify roles that people can play on the team.
So can you give an example of that? Like if, say, a player is good at a certain thing, can you give an example of how you would use that player on the court?
So I would give him examples of a play he could do, or I would maybe give him insight on how he could maybe take a different shot or something. But I would basically examine his skill and see how it could fit on the team well, and see what he could do.
Good.
I also provide lots of insight. I already talked about that. But I think a really big thing is I always set the energy. I'm always the person that comes out flying at the beginning of the game and tries to make impacts. I think that'd be good for a kitchen because I think they need somebody to go out of their way to do something good and make the kitchen run a bit better. I also think I'm a very good team player. I'm always a willing passer and know what it means to sacrifice for a team and work together as a team and as a group. I have 3 steps to follow. First, you must include everyone and think that everyone is equal. You then try to find a role on the team. Some examples for a basketball team would be you need like an enforcer, you need a leader, you need a 6-man, somebody coming off the bench, you need a scorer, and you need a big man. You need roles on a team. Lastly, you need three main things that are easy to give to a team. Trust that your teammate can make any play that occurs on the field or court. That can also apply to a kitchen. The commitment to work hard and prepare for every single game. And lastly, you win as a team and you lose it as a team. No matter what happens while playing the game, you stay together and don't get down on each other. Only positive attitudes allowed. I think that relates to the kitchen, because if somebody makes a mistake, you don't you don't point them out. We're a group. If we make mistakes, it's the whole group that goes down, and we all need to pick each other up.
So how do you deal with somebody who's not doing as good a job as they should be doing?
Shoot. I have perfect conflict resolution skills.
So does that ever happen at Swiss Chalet where somebody's kind of slacking off?
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
I would first approach him one-on-one, ask him if he could maybe step up his game. If he doesn't, I would then ask for the assistance of one of my coworkers, possibly. Ask him, maybe the kitchen manager.
Right.
See if he, because maybe he just doesn't trust me because I'm friends with him, possibly, and maybe he needs some older insight. And if that doesn't work, I would go probably straight to the manager and telling him the situation, and then maybe he'll talk to him in the office or something.
Yeah, that's good.
So maybe like a 3-step process there. So this is a couple of things I've learned from completing my personal portfolio. I have learned that when you really sit down and organize aspects of your life, it's very easy to narrow down what you're good at and not good at. Making a personal portfolio actually made me think of things that I do but don't really notice. It also shows the power of the brain and how we can really evaluate our lives and find out what career is best for us. It definitely made me realize a lot of skill that I have. Some skills go unnoticed and get taken for granted. But you never really take into consideration how impactful they are to your life, like basketball. You just think it's just a regular sport you play to have fun, but really you get a lot of good life skills from it. So my personal portfolio, some things that will help me with my future employment. It'll be a permanent background for me. Whenever someone looks at it, they can always see my past experiences and see what's best, what they like most about my experiences and hobbies. It'll show the employer all the areas where I develop skills and how I incorporate them in my life. It will also have all my previous work experience, showing how my volunteer work relates to the jobs that I'm applying for in the future. So ways I can continue and expand my personal portfolio would be keep updating my new experiences that I go on. So travel if I get a new job, or if I go on any exploration trips or do something new. I'll add all of my experiences that I have in college, so courses that I take. I'll add in things that teachers said that really have an impact on my life. And college will also, when college comes, there'll also be lots of stress, and I'll have to handle money. So I think reflecting on that a bit after college will be good. I can show how I've kind of handled that and how I used the help at college through their counselors, and how that really helped me in the future.
So do you want to play sports in college? I
really want to be on the basketball team. And if that doesn't happen, I'll maybe find a club or some other sport I can join, or maybe just do intramural basketball or something. I definitely want to incorporate basketball through the rest of my life. some things I learned that I will use in the future. It centers out my strengths and weaknesses, and for the future that'll be good for making better decisions. How I want to live my life, or the jobs I want to pursue. I can look back at strengths and weaknesses and see what would apply to that. Also, it also makes me realize all the skills that I've gained from volunteering and working, and this will help in the future because you can look at all the skills you developed and improved as your experience grew. That's pretty much it.
All right, good job. Thank you.